Hola, hola. Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing? I am going to make a different video this time. It's not part of my 30-day video challenge. This time I'm going to be speaking in English, and I'm going to try my best to speak slowly and clearly if I can, because I know I have a few friends that follow me who's learning English, and there are a few beginners that I know that's following my channel as well. So I want to try to talk clearly. I'll try my best not to use my southern accent too bad if I can, so they are able to understand me in this video. But in this video, I want to talk a little bit and just share with you all why I am so passionate about learning Spanish, because I know there's a few people that's like, why is she like so into this? Why is this so important to her? So I just want to share this with you so that you all can know why I'm so driven and why I'm so passionate about learning this language. I received a message earlier today, and for y'all that know me personally, y'all know I'm like it doesn't take much to make me get teary and cry, because I'm a very emotional person. I'm gonna admit that I am. But I'm not going to share her name because she might want to keep this anonymous. But this is a complete stranger. I never talked to her before in my life, but she's been following my videos. I don't know who's following my videos, who's watching my videos, honestly. In my brain, I'm thinking it's like not a lot of people. But I don't know, honestly. But this lady, she actually wrote me a message personally in my Instagram, on my Instagram account. Because as you all know, I've been posting my 30-day challenge videos to better my speaking in Spanish. And she tells me, she says, "Hi, Miss Jazz B. My name is blank." I won't say her name. "And I want to personally thank you for your continued push and encouragement that I have found to be a blessing in learning another language." She says, "It's fueled my passion even more and has helped me not to be afraid to make mistakes and to go out there and just speak, but also to learn from others. I wish you all the best in your journey, and please continue to make these videos. It's very helpful, not just to me, but to people of color who are learning another language and want to reach the Hispanic community. I personally want to reach them not just to be able to speak their language, but to learn their culture and also reach them for Jesus. Gracias por tu pasión en tu corazón. Bendiciones." In English, "Thank you for your passion and your heart. Blessings." And I replied to her. I said, "You are the exact reason why I'm pushing as hard as I am, pushing past my fear, pushing past my anxiety, pushing past my discomfort in order to share this gift and encourage others to find this gift and passion as well that is so easily available to us, in order to grow and to learn and share with others, especially within the Black communities, where we can benefit so much from having this skill under our belt and also learn more things culturally from others around us, while also learning more about ourselves in the process. You are a blessing. Continue to practice and work hard and increase your learning so that we can continue to pass this torch on to others. Bendiciones, hermana, Jazz." So, with that being said, this pretty much sums up why I am doing all of this in the first place. When I post my videos, I'm not doing it for attention. Lord knows I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it to have 1 million subscribers and stuff like that. No, never. Because I'm not a person that wants a lot of attention, honestly and truly. And even if I'm just able to reach 5 people, that is more than enough for me, because my calling, I feel, is to kind of change the stigma that we have in society as far as African Americans wanting to learn a language. Actually, I was talking to someone earlier, and I'm not going to say any names who it was, but I was sharing that to somebody, and they tell me, well, it's not really a stigma if not a lot of Black people want to learn the language. It's not really a stigma if there's nobody wanting to learn it. And I'm like, well, that's the issue. A lot of us aren't learning it because they feel like we can't and we don't have a right to, and there's no point of doing it, which is false. And it's just something that I feel that we need to change within the society, because And this is something else. And I actually shared this in one of my previous videos, one of my very first videos that I posted on here about maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago. And I was talking about how I've been doing a lot of research. I don't know everything. I'm still researching because I love learning about our history. That's something that I feel like have helped me to become successful in everything that I do today, even outside of Spanish, is because I was raised in a household, especially with my mom. She was one that always told me that, Jasmine, she said, never ever let anybody tell you there is no such word as, there is a such thing as you can't do anything, especially when we've had people march for us and die for us, to have the right to learn, to have the right to vote, to have the right to do and accomplish whatever anybody else have the capability of accomplishing. And those are words that I live by ever since I was younger, all the way up to now as an adult. So in everything that I do, I don't take no as no for an answer. I don't let people tell me what I can or cannot do, or what I can or cannot accomplish. I don't let people tell me, oh, you're not black because you do this, or you like to do this, or you like to study this, or because I have my own way of thinking. I don't allow people to put me in a box because she was right. We've had people march for us. We've had people die for us, to have the right to accomplish things just like anybody else have the right to accomplish things. So we need to do better as a society, and especially as a community, to kind of encourage other people to be free thinkers a little bit, like if there's something that gives you drive, if there's something that you're passionate about, do it. Don't worry about, oh, well, I'm this race, so that looks kind of strange, so I'm not going to do it, or I don't really have a purpose to do it. That's not so, because let me tell you, we are holding ourselves back from success in so many ways when we think like that. So with that being said, I don't even know, I kind of got off topic, but in one of my videos previously, I was sharing this information that I had found doing some research as far as slavery, and I thought it was really interesting. It said during the slavery era, when our ancestors were brought over here from Africa, it says that out of all the slaves that were imported or exported from Africa into other countries, out of all of them, only 3.6% of Africans were brought to the U.S. during that era. The United States was ranked one of the lowest to receive slaves from Africa. What does that mean? Where did the rest of us go? Where did the rest of our ancestors, our family, where did they go? They went to other places. They went to other countries outside of Africa. They went to, I think Brazil was one of the largest countries. They went to the Caribbeans, a lot of different places outside of the United States. The United States was one of the ones that received the least amount of slaves, which means we have family and blood and everything that probably can't even speak English, and we can't even communicate with them because in our brains we feel like we don't have the right to learn another language. We don't have a right to learn about what's outside of the United States. And something else that's quite interesting is they don't teach us that in school. A lot of us, in our brains, 100% of Africans came here to the United States, and this is the only place, and then we went through segregation and all of that after slavery. That's what's in our brains because that is what's taught to us in schools, and for that we are very ignorant when it comes to that. I thought it was funny because I'm gonna be honest, I'm from Arkansas. I grew up in a very small country town, which is kind of, it was, I'm not gonna say segregated, but it was one of those things where pretty much all the blacks hung out, all the whites hung out, and it was just how it was. And it's something I was always uncomfortable with because I never seen people by the color of their skin. Honestly, I seen people as people. I tried to, get to know people by their heart. I never judged. I was always one to never judge people by their skin color. But it was funny because I never even knew that there were black people that spoke Spanish. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know that until I was like an adult, after I joined the military and after I left Arkansas and started traveling and then moved to different states and stuff. And then I remember when I went to Arizona, there was this lady from Venezuela, and her daughter came or her daughter went to school with my youngest daughter, and her uncle came, and he was darker than me, and he didn't speak any English. He spoke nothing but Spanish. And I was like, what? Like, because I've never seen that before. And it's just because when we are in school and they're teaching us Spanish, they don't really talk much about Afro-Latinos, which is very sad, because we exist, or they exist out there. And I say we because we're the same descent, descent. We're, from Africa, and we don't know that outside of these borders, there's people just like us that don't speak English, that speak only Spanish, or that I actually speak other languages as well, French and other languages as well, but a large majority Spanish. And I just thought, wow, okay, we definitely need to, and for that, sorry, but yes, I know I'm kind of rambling on, and I'm gonna end this video because I don't want to go past 15 minutes. That's my goal, because y'all know I can talk forever and ever and ever. But I just thought it was interesting, because I've never experienced that, because when we're in school, they don't talk about Afro-Latinos. They only talk about, a large majority of it is Spain or Mexico. When we see movies, when we see music video, how often do we see Afro-Latinos? Not often. So unfortunately, we grow up not knowing they exist, which is sad that they are so misrepresented in the media. And that's something that they've been fighting to change for a while. And thank goodness, now that as time goes on, finally it's starting to happen little by little, but not quick enough, in my opinion. I thought it was interesting. I was talking to an Afro-Latina one time, and they were explaining to me that they're in this country, they don't speak English, they speak only Spanish. And they were explaining to me how in their family, the black men aren't allowed to marry a black woman, because a black woman is seen as ugly. Our hair is ugly. In their eyes, that's how it's viewed in their country, which is sad. So, like, how can we reach out to our sisters in those countries and let them know, you're beautiful? You're beautiful, you're not ugly? Because now in that same particular country, they are ashamed of their hair. So a lot of times they'll straighten their hair, or they'll wear wigs, or they'll straighten, they're ashamed to share their natural hair because of that. Because I love listening to bachata, but I realized in the music videos, I was like, where are all the black women? Why is it because in every video, they're not, I was just curious. I don't have a problem with it, but I was just curious, wanting to know that. And that's when he explained to me that was one of the main reasons, was because they're not really represented a lot, especially in music videos, in movies, on television shows, because they're not viewed as being pretty. So how in the world can we reach out to our sisters and let them know that you are beautiful if we can't even speak their language? That's why I feel like it's so important for us. It's important for anybody, and I don't want y'all to think, oh, she's racist. I'm not racist. I am far from racist. I love everyone, but I don't like seeing my community hurt as much as we do, because we are holding ourselves back from our own success when we keep putting ourselves in these boxes, in these buckets. Like, we can't do this, we can't learn this, we can't go here, we can't go there, because of the color of our skin. It's so not true, and we got to put an end to that. So one of my goals is to reach out to our communities, to teach them Spanish, to encourage them to learn the language, to teach, to go out. I don't know how, once I get at that level, because right now I know I'm still learning, it's not perfect, but my goal is to eventually go out into our churches, go out into the community, go out into the rec centers, and hold some free classes to kind of help encourage us to start learning and falling in love with the language. It's a skill set that you can learn for free, that you can put on your resume. So many companies are always looking for bilingual people to help in their business, to help contribute in their company, because the Hispanic population here in the United States is skyrocketing every year as time goes on, and there's a lot of people here that can't speak English, so they need more people, more bilingual people, or more bilinguals to be able to reach out to that community. So it's just so many needs right now with that language. And so I really want to encourage our brothers and our sisters. I want to encourage everybody, regardless of the color of your skin, to practice your Spanish, because you can get better. But my target market, my main goal, is to reach out to my communities, to encourage people to fall in love with the language and to not put ourselves in these boxes, because the United States, there's so much more outside of our borders that we need to learn more about in order to learn more about ourselves as well. So that is my long rant. Sorry, I know it's a lot of time. Espero que puedan entenderme por mis amigas que hablan solamente en español y están aprendiendo inglés. Trate de hablar un poco lento, pero tú sabes que eso es un poco complicado para hacer, especialmente para mí. Pero I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, until next time.